Good evening, Dark Horse Nation. Hope you guys are having a great week. Here it is Wednesday, April the 1st, Fool's Day. And today is a unique day in American history. Will be a unique day in American history because for the first time in over 53 years, in less than maybe 35 minutes, if nothing goes wrong, we will be launching a spacecraft that's over 320 feet high with 4 human beings on board to fly towards the moon. So I remember when Neil Armstrong stepped foot on the moon in July of 1969. I was 8 years old. I was living on a mountainside, and we did have an old black and white TV, and I'll never forget that event. So here we are, 53 years later, and when those famous words of Neil Armstrong that he recited, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. And to me, that's probably some of the most prophetic words of humanity that have ever been recorded throughout history, in my opinion. In those days, the way my young life started out at the loss of my mother, I turned inward to things that gave me escape from reality. And I turned to a show called Star Trek that Mr. Gene Roddenberry created. He had a sense of a future that would benefit all of humanity. And so I got lost in those characters and the faraway places that they traveled and the things they did in the name of humanity. Sometimes they got it right and sometimes they didn't. And it was a learning process. So I was a big sci-fi fan, and I'd always hoped that one day we could reach out and go to the stars in my lifetime and meet other worldly individuals, because this universe is massive It is massive. You can't believe that, we are the only living things in this massive universe. So, I hope the new generation of Trekkies to the stars will continue to look forward and continue to find a way to improve humanity, because we need to improve humanity before we can be of any use to any alien civilization beyond our solar system. We have a long ways to go. I mean, the conflict right now in the Middle East with Russia, Ukraine, that's proof that humanity has a long ways to go. So that being said, guys, I wish the crew of Artemis 2 Godspeed, and I hope they are blessed and safe, and I hope they make their 10-day journey without incident, and I hope they come back home with some great video and some great stories to share with all of Earth. All of Earth. We should be one unit. And yes, this is a great day for America. They want to be first going back to the moon. But guys, we need to be thinking about the real thing is unity, and how we as a global populace can come together. Let's stop the fighting, stop squabbling over things that do not matter. Become one, and then let's head towards the stars, because that'll be the only way we will truly ever get off of this rock. I just want to share my opinion on that, and I also wanted to share this, if you guys will bear with me. So for the astronauts who walked on the moon: Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Apollo 11, Pete Conrad, Alan Bean, Apollo 12, Alan Shepard, Edgar Mitchell, Apollo 14, David Scott, James Irwin, Apollo 15, John Young, Charles Duke, Apollo 16, Eugene Cernan, Harrison Schmitt, Apollo 17. So we had a span from July 20th, 1969 to December 14th of 1972 of putting humans on the moon. In all, 24 humans made the trip there and back. And we need to remember the man in the command module who had to orbit and wait for the lander to lift off from the moon. So I'd like to think that this adventure will change something in the way humans think about the future, how possibly we can think about each other, make things right in this world, stop the damn war, stop the fighting, because we're fighting over silly stuff that makes no sense. I guess I was fortunate to be born during the time when I could see or live in the 20th and the 21st century and see changes, see growth. But a lot of the same things, yes, we have modern technology that's amazing, but the human aspect basically has not changed much since 1969. I would like to hope that would change for all of our kids, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, so they will have a brighter future than what we have had. So I'm going to finish this up. Just want to share my thoughts about this, and I hope the Artemis 2 crew has a safe journey. And with that being said, I want to give a toast to the crew of Artemis. Godspeed, God bless, have a safe journey, and can't wait to see you land safely back on Earth. This one is for you guys. Alright, y'all. Take care. Have a good rest of the week. And to the crew of the Artemis, if you was to see this by some weird way, I wish you all the best. You guys are heroes. You're amazing. You're brave. And it's awesome what you're doing. Y'all take care. Have a good launch.